about this YouTube channel, what you're gonna know about. So but this video is just about Maasai Mara and how we got to Maasai Mara, me and my favorite friend. Nothing lets me. This will be about travel, lifestyle. We'll figure it out as we go. Having a YouTube channel has been something that I have worked towards and didn't want to do it, but hey, I'm doing it now after a lot of peer pressure from a couple of family members. I'm not gonna name them. So this video being my first video, my second video will be about this YouTube channel, what you're gonna know about. So but this video is just about Maasai Mara and how we got to Maasai Mara, me and my favorite friend. Nothing lets me prosper. I am so serious. Do you know what? I think I'm just gonna go with it this way. I like the background, but we're gonna work with it because nothing works in my life and it's a normal. Okay, so we're gonna talk about how I went to Mara. So I got an opportunity to go to Cottar, Kenya. If no one knows Cottar, it is one of the most oldest safari hotels in Mombasa, in Kenya, I mean, in Maasai Mara exactly. So I got the opportunity after I emailed them during COVID time. And they're like, no, we can't have you. It's too expensive, yada yada yada. I was like, okay, fine, I'll talk to you around September. So September happened, I think a week, I think it was about the last week of August happened, and they're like, are you still interested in the safari with us? And I was like, yes. I remember reading that email and sitting in this specific corner and asking myself, this is not happening. And it is great to see all my hard work prosper into something new. So, about us going to Mara. I went to Mara with my cousin, who is also my sister. And I'm not going to mention her name because she doesn't want to be mentioned. But we went to Mara using public transport. So there are going to be pictures and films after this introduction. So we went to Mara through public transport, and because the email was like, you show up tomorrow and everything, and I'm going to explain a couple of things. So trip to Mara, how to get to Mara. So how you get to Mara in normal terms, you fly to Maasai Mara, the hotel picks you up from the airstrip, and you're there. So we clearly did not have the money to fly to Mara because I checked the flights. They were kind of expensive and it's COVID and this is a free job. I'm not charging for anything. So we decided to make it more of an adventure and more fun. We decided to fly. We decided to use public transport. So we took a shuttle, which is basically a matatu from Nairobi to Narok. So that cost us around 600. The prices will show up somewhere here or here, depending on how I edit this video. So it took us 600. So it was 600 each of us to Narok. And on the way to Narok, this is where adventures begins. We had, like, it was so perfect beginning everything, like how we got out of Nairobi, no traffic jam, everything was good. Then we reached my Mahio. Majimoto, my Mahio. What? So apparently a canter hit a couple of cows and the Maasais in my Mahio did not let any car pass over unless you actually pay them. So it was like a 10-kilometer jam, but we got into it around 9ish. So around 9ish happened. 9ish we are entering my Mahio, but we couldn't. So every other car was going to the left, like was taking an off-road version of everything. So we took an off-road version. So I adventured from a smooth road to a bumpy, non-marked road that is dusty AF, but it was like a fun thing because it was bumpy, it was dusty, it was just like weird situations happening. Then we went, so then it was smooth for a bit. No one was getting stuck. We weren't getting stuck, but we were good. Then our driver decided to follow a lorry. And him following a lorry got us stuck in the sand. There's a picture going to show up about this. So we got stuck in the sand. He, in all layman's term, I'm going to say dig yourself, but in Swahili is he chimbad himself. So when your tire sinks into sand and you keep on trying to accelerate, the sand comes out and it just basically just gets worse. That's how it was. It gets worse, you just sink in. So that's basically it. He got out, checked it, and was like, here's the deal. I'm gonna need you all to come out and help me push the car. And we're like, okay, it's okay, we don't mind, but here's the thing. We were in a shuttle full of women and one man, actually two plus the driver, so two men, and everyone else is a chick. And one of us was pregnant, so we kept the baby who was pregnant aside, and we pushed. We literally pushed the truck. Women, we pushed the truck. Girl power, by the way. We pushed the truck. Oh, I'm saying truck and it's a matatu, sorry. We pushed the shuttle. We pushed the 14-seater matatu out of the hole. And Genius, that is our driver, got himself stuck again. And I'm like, we're thinking really that we pushed you out of one hole and then you stick yourself in another hole? Like, so we're stuck in that hole. We're stuck in that hole, and we tried to push him out. We tried to push the van out again, but it was a little bit too deep for women to push out. Then we got help from other matatu, like lorry drivers who pick up sand. They came and slightly insulted us and said, my day Mwezi, my day Mwezi, like a car full of women, they can't push. They don't know how to push. But we pushed it out one hole. Like, it graded me. That was a workout, and I hadn't had breakfast, so it worked myself. We all worked ourselves out. So we did. They came, took us out of the hole, and we were merrily on our way back to Narok. Now, our trip was basically supposed to be from Nairobi to Narok is like 2.5 hours. So we left it at 8. So I was supposed to be in Narok at like 10. And that's like at 10, I am stuck in a hole in the middle of nowhere in my hill. And I keep on getting calls from the guy who's bringing us from the hotel. Like, what's up, Marcos? What's up, Marco? So he's like calling, like, where you guys? I'm like, yeah, we are not in Narok yet. The guy who was supposed to take us to the gate of Cottar, we are not in Narok yet. Like, those are the calls I kept on getting. And the randomest call was Safaricom. And I'm thinking, seriously, like random as call as ever was that, but that's a story for another day. So I'm sitting there thinking, man, it was supposed to be a 2-hour trip, but it was not. It turned into a 12-hour trip. So we reached Narok at around 11:12. Met the guy who was picking us up. He's called Peter, and he was taking us to the gate. So here's the deal: when you're going to Maasai Mara, you can fly. You fly to Karok airstrip. Cottar does have its own airstrip, people, but it's chartered flights and it's a little bit expensive. It is what it is. So he picks us up and we enter his small van. That cost us 700. It cost us 700 each. I'm going to butcher this word, by the way, a fair warning to any Maasai who's watching this. I'm going to butcher it. It's called Olem Taita. The word is going to show up here. I'm going to put the word here, that gate. So we show up to that gate. So that was the easiest way. So the hotel was picking us up from that gate. And going from Narok to the gate is around an hour, 2 hours, and it's not necessarily a smooth road. It is smooth from Narok to the main gate of Mara because it's literally tarmacked, but once you enter Mara, because everything. Now, Paying for gates. I guess we pay for gates. So entering the main gate of Mara, there's an article in Afro Rep. I am going to put the link down below in the description. Paying for the gate is around, if you're Kenyan, it's 1,000 shillings per day. And I think that's almost 24 hours. It's per day, depending on how long you're staying. It's be 1,000 shillings. If you're a foreigner, it's around $70. I'm not so sure, but I am going to write that down in the description box, or it's just going to show up somewhere here. So we went to it. So we passed through the gate. We went to it. Well, we passed through the gate, and we went past through the gate, an hour and a half. Saw animals on the way. It was kind of good. We reached the gate at around. We reached the main gate where I was supposed to be picked up at around 4-ish, 4 in the morning. Because trust me, we were supposed to be there at lunchtime, but we reached at 4. Again, we reached at 4. 4-hour trip turned into a 12-hour trip. It is what it is. It makes for a great adventure. It is a great adventure. So I think that's basically it. So the gate, after that, we just took a drive. So they picked us up on the gate, entered the car, entered the truck that is entered the truck. So once we entered the truck, it's an hour and around 1 hour and 15 minutes from the gate to the camp. The camp is located on the border of TZ, on the border of TZ.
Nataka nipumzike kidogo.
All right. It's and these are washroom people. Ah, thank you. Umechoka? Una nguvu? Sina nguvu. Salome. Have a drink. Is still the discuss tea. Asante.
Karibu. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Wow.
This is our sustainability showcase center.
Okay.
We are focusing what we are doing with the community, the Maasai community in best conservation. Then there are lots of photos from the Cottar family since 1920s. Yeah, so lots of culture that we are displaying and conservation as well. We call it the 4 Cs.
4 Cs.
Community, conservation, community, culture, and commerce. If you get time, feel free to walk around.
We will. Kokio. That was a long trip. Wow.
It is. Yeah. You left Nairobi at what time? 8.
We woke up at what time? 5.
Wow. Long day. You take your temperature. Can reach on your hand. 30 degrees.
Yeah, una temperature? Ama ni hiyo juice? Makata.
Have you been here before?
No, this is our first time.
And in Mara?
No.
Even first Mara, okay. Mimi baya pale simekufa.
We're very close to the Kenya-Tanzania border.
Oh, that's what we were being told by Marco, that we can just cross over.
Yeah, can sneak into TZ, come back.
Is it possible to come back?
Yeah, as long as you're not caught.
So there's no border check, you just cross over like just a normal road.
Yeah, it's okay. So they're just beacons to show this Kenya would approach this past here. They're crossing into Tanzania.
Tunaweza hipa kesho usiku.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So this is very defining of it now.
Kenya and around. Yes. Now they're in full swing. I think you can see them here. Into the bush, you can see a building somewhere at a distance. Yeah. What is it? Yeah. As a Cottar thing. After he is completed.
Oh, this is nice.